Hi everyone, it's Isaac here, back with another video. Today's video is going to be all about just kind of where to start when you want to learn how to type. Obviously, most of the people that watch this channel already know how to, but there are some people who don't know how to, or maybe are trying to relearn with a new typing method or something. And so if maybe, like, this would specifically go towards, like, people who are, like, started with two fingers and now want to try doing home row, this video is going to be for those types of people. First things first, NitroType is not the website you want to learn how to type on. It is the one that you want to practice on, as well as a few others. But yes, typing.com is what you want to learn on. Really good website. I like it a lot. You can use an ad blocker, and there's no ads. You don't have to pay for that. My average speed is really low because I've not played on this website in a little while. But it's good for teaching how to type. You may have to go through more than once. I did. But, you know, I was a pretty stubborn learner. I would start with home row, I'd start making progress, and then I'd switch back to two fingers. That was a long time ago. Now I only type with home row because I find it far superior in terms of endurance. But yeah, this is the website you want to do. It's going to teach you where all the letters are. Then it's going to do like basic words and sentences and stuff. And then it'll have advanced, which will be skill builders and numbers and stuff like that. Lots of fun, I know. But it's a pretty good website and I recommend it. Then to build your accuracy, I recommend going to TypeRacer, and this one will actually punish you on your accuracy. Another fun one is KeyMash. I think this address still works. It does indeed. Yeah, so you can do all these, and I recommend doing these two next. And then once you have good words per minute accuracy, maybe once you start typing around 30 words per minute with 98% accuracy, then NitroType is a fun one to do. Pretty good platform, you know, a little bit more interesting than some of the other websites. Just make sure to focus on your accuracy because NitroType really doesn't keep on top of you with your accuracy. And then another one I like to do, and this is a website I really, really like, and that would be MonkeyType, because if you have words that are giving you trouble, I don't know why I'm not logged in right now, you can go to custom, you can change this to whatever you want. If I have trouble typing the word Pachycephalosaurus, which I do, Pachyceph. I don't think that's how you spell that. Pachycephalosaurus, whatever. And you can do this. You can just do this over and over and over again until you're good at it, which is fun. Other than that, there's really not much else. Just make sure to practice. Try to do home row, because I know two fingers is like a pretty common method, and I have nothing against two fingers, but it is a little bit slower to improve your speeds. Most of the time, two fingers typists, their averages are pretty close to their high speeds, respective to like home row typists. I remember when Ace Typer was starting to get like frustrated because he was trying to get a new high speed, which is great for him. I think he did get there finally, but for the longest time he had trouble breaking like the 130 words per minute barrier. I forget, maybe it was the 120 words per minute barrier, but he had trouble hitting this one where he says I'm literally averaging like 110 and I can't get like a 125, which was really frustrating. But that's the thing about two finger typing, is that you're typically not going to have a ton of like really outstanding races. And I mean, like, you can be a good typist with two fingers, don't get me wrong. Like Penguin Typer, Ace Typer are both very fast two finger typists. But like, I can randomly hit 160s, 170s, whereas two finger typists typically stay pretty close to their average. So if I was a two finger typist, I'd probably stay around 140 and not really get anything better than that. And then on like long bones and stuff like that, I might get like a really good words per minute. But it is a lot easier with more fingers. That's just kind of the laws of physics most of the time, is that if you, well, first you do need to practice. Like Penguin Typer was faster with two fingers than most people were with 10, or however many you use. Don't use less than 8 fingers ideally, if that's like something you want to get yourself into a habit of doing. I use 8 fingers. I guess you can get away with like 7, but after that it's just kind of like a weird in between sort of typing style. You can do that if you're used to that. That's fine. It's still going to give you better endurance, but it's just a more natural shape to use more of your fingers. This is kind of how your hands were built. They're not designed to just use like 3 fingers. I've typed with 3 fingers before, and it's pretty weird. Or not 3 fingers, like 6 fingers through on each hand. That's pretty weird. Some people can do it pretty well, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, use 10 fingers. There's a reason people use 10 fingers. In terms of layouts, I'd recommend if just sticking with QWERTY, also known as the US standard layout. If you're on a Chromebook, switch to US standard. Don't use international or whatever it's called. I haven't looked at my Chromebook in a little while to see what that's called, but that one doesn't allow you to hit apostrophe, or at least not the one that NitroType will accept. So I recommend using US standard. Windows, that's just default, but if you're using Chrome OS, which should be any Chromebook, that's another thing I like Windows, is because you don't have all these stupid settings that Chrome sets up that just makes it worse. But yeah, in terms of layouts, unless you really have your heart set on like doing Dvorak or Colmac or Workman or whatever the other ones are that I can't remember, or some people even make their own layouts, and those are really cool and pretty efficient. But yeah, most typing websites are going to be centered around using QWERTY. There are some typing websites dedicated to making you learn Dvorak and stuff, and that's fun. But I'd recommend just sticking with QWERTY if just for convenience. But other than that, I really can't think of anything else to say. Just don't give up. Keep working. It's going to take a long time. I average around 140, and when I started NitroType, actually we can check. We go to my monthly activity. I started with an average monthly activity of 121, geez, that's insane, of 21 words per minute, and it gradually went up. It dipped here because I raced on an iPad for a lot, and then like the iPad's on-screen keyboard, which is pretty good for an on-screen keyboard. I averaged around 35, and then it came back to a laptop, and then it just kind of grew and grew and grew, and now I can average like a monthly average of 143. So yeah, it takes a very long time. I've been playing since 2018. I race almost every single day, except for when I don't have time. Not like obsessively. Don't over practice. That's, I guess, another thing I should have mentioned. Don't over practice. That's really bad for you. I do about 100 races a day, but that's pretty much it I have for today. I know I said that before, but now I mean it. There is a Q&A going on, so we will link that video. I think, yeah, it has a dedicated video. I'll link that video in the description down below, and that will give you the rules, because if you break the rules, that's just not good. So please don't break the rules. Listen to the rules of the video. It's pretty simple. Just basically don't bring up politics or any other controversial subject or anything that would be obviously like, if you bring it up in a room, like if you want to figure out whether something's controversial, if you were to bring it up in a room and like 50% of the people would agree with you and 50% would be angry at you, that's kind of the definition of like what would be a controversial question. Like if 50-50 was like different opinions and it has to do with something more than like NitroType, you all know what I mean. Like just nothing that's gonna be controversial. Just because I don't have that many controversial opinions. It's just kind of for safety and stuff. And just don't ask inappropriate questions or anything. You can ask how old I am and, you know, where exactly in the United States I live. Not like exact address or anything, but yeah, follow the rules there. Other than that, have a great day. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.